Good day, everyone. I am Meljane Rubetti, taking Bachelor of Agriculture major in Animal Science, Section PB in and Bio. On this video, I am going to describe water and its properties, and explain briefly of the properties of water, and also give importance of water unusual properties for living system. The question number one is describe water's cohesive and adhesive properties. Cohesive is the polarity of water allows water molecules to be attracted to one another. Cohesive, this is attraction the molecules can exhibit between in one another that cause cohesion in substance, which can be quite insignificant for a very viscous substance. In the liquid, these cohesive forces are felt equally in all directions by most the molecules but not the molecules. Later, as surface in liquid, these molecules only interact with half many molecules in the others because they are at the edge of the substance with no more molecules to one side. Why these liquids tend to attract to form shape to minimize surface area? We can see this that drop of water which would be spherical. The sphere is the shape that surface or area, so a water droplets we doubt this shape to maximize hydrogen bonding is a carrying droplets allowing the systems to sit at lowest energy possible. Of course, this is droplets becomes larger under the facts the gravity or resistance. And the other explanation of adhesive is the polarity of water causes is to be attracted to other polar molecules as well. And water adhesives to any substance with which it can form hydrogen bonds. Example of adhesive is a capillary tube. Action causes the water within a narrow tube to rise above the surrounding water level. The adhesion of the glass surface, which draws water upward, is storage than the force of gravity, which tends to pull it down. The narrower the tube is, the greater the surface area available for a given volume of water, and the higher the water rises in the tube. And the second question is enumerate and explain briefly the properties of water. Number one is water's structure facilitates hydrogen bonding. The water structure facilitates hydrogen bonding is the single most outstanding chemical property of water. It is ability to form weak chemical associations, good hydrogen bonds. These bonds form between the partially negative O atoms and the partially positive H atoms of two water molecules. Question number 2 is enumerate and explain briefly the properties of water. The properties of water that consists of 7. Number 1 is water's structure facilitates hydrogen bonding. The water structure facilitates hydrogen bonding is the single most outstanding chemical property of water is its ability to form weak chemical associations, good hydrogen bonds. These bonds form between the partially negative O atoms and the partially positive H atoms of the two water molecules. Number two is water molecules are cohesive. The water molecules are cohesive. Water forms an abundance of hydrogen bonds, which are responsible for many of its important physical properties. Water's cohesion is responsible for its being a liquid, not a gas, at moderate temperatures, and also responsible for its surface tension. Number three is water molecules and adhesive. The water molecules and adhesive is a water adheres to any substance with which it can form hydrogen bonds. This property explains why substances in water, but those that are composed of nonpolar molecules is such as soil, do not attraction of water of substances that have electrical charges on their surface is responsible for capillary action. Number four is the high specific heat. The high specific heat is the specific heat of water is high because it takes a considerable amount of energy of disrupt hydrogen bonds. Number five is high heat vaporization. The high heat of vaporization is water's high heat of vaporization is facilitates cooling, breaking hydrogen bonds to turn liquid water into vapor takes a lot of energy. Many organisms lose excess heat through evaporative cooling such as sweating. Number six is lower density of ice. Ice. Lower density of ice. Water's molecules is an ice crystal or space relatively far apart because of hydrogen bonding. Example, because ice is less dense than water, lakes do not freeze solid, allowing fish and other life intakes survive the winter. And the last is number seven is solubility. Solubility is a polar molecules and ions are soluble in water. For example, is many kinds of molecules can move freely and in cells permitting a diverse away the chemical reactions. Question number three is give importance of water's unusual properties of living system. Water's extensive capability to dissolve a variety of molecules has earned it the designation of universal solvent, and it is this ability that make water such as individual life sustaining force on a biological level. Waters rule as a solvent helps cell transport and use substances like oxygen or nutrients.